Well, hello there. How are you guys doing today? Today we're going to not get anything in Naxx. It's gonna be great. You're attacked. Ignore 75 of the target's armor. Chance on hit reduces an enemy's armor by 250. Uh-huh. How do you factor in armor ignore? I don't know how to compare it to attack power and other things.
Fools! You think yourselves triumphant? You have only taken one step closer to the abyss.
Hmm. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. Do you know how long it lasts? Oh, that's interesting. And you're swapping it? For what? That thing's huge. Uh, 20% chance to strike additional nearby opponent. Disabled all shapeshifted. What? Weird. That is quite bizarre. And then they throw on plus 440 attack power for shapeshifted people, I guess, as a side benefit. It's strange. I'm sure there is. Sharta. Oh, they can't use axes anyways, so it doesn't matter. Hmm. Well, yeah. 30 agility and 448 attack power is nothing to sneeze at. I didn't know they used pole arms, though. Hmm. ARP is confusing as it is compounded based on how low armor most bosses have left after all armor removals. You generally assume around 300 to 500 left. Interesting. Actually, there's a chart that I have, a rogue reference, that shows what bosses and what armor debuffs you have, and then the bosses, and then it shows when you get to 0, so you know not to do anything above that. You know, I completed Escanders, but I know that the DPS loss of me switching to that build, because then I would obviously go, what you call it, IEA Rogue. Yeah, I think the DPS loss would be too significant for me individually, unfortunately. It's more than 50% because right now I can hit disgusting. It's fast, so you would switch to assassination for the most part because you can get IEA on the bottom row and like not lose too much. But if you're going IEA, you may as well go into hemo and just because um even the best assassination build is not necessarily going to do very well in well, you'll suck in the trash and then you'll be okay in the boss fights, but it's not necessarily the best thing for me right now. And if I get rift carvers, it's not fun at all. No, it's terrible. It's nice to see all the armor. Basically, you strip all the armor off with IEA plus the Escander set, but it would also sort of render your axe and other things moot. Like, you don't need warriors anymore. True. You never needed them in the first place. Just all paladins and rogues going forward. No, it refuses to drop. I have plus 120 on the next roll, so I think I'll get it next time it drops. I mean, there's no 0, so I think it's mine. Yeah, yeah, at this point. I did get the leg wraps of meticulous planning, which is part of. If I get that plus rift carvers, then I think I will go into PvP for a while and see what I can do. Yeah, yeah, it's 5% on opening. So I've been seeing. I think that I only did a limited testing, but was seeing like 1900 ambushes. Uh, for rogue, it's your stealth opener. So what do you call it? Ambush or Garrote are my 2 damage options. So those are the only 2 that matter for that. It's probably better for druids, but I've always had the dream of like one-shotting mages with ambush. So once I get the rift carvers implement, then that plus these pants, and then some other gear I have should be interesting. Yes, you can do that. It is if you think it'll basically kill them before they're aware. A lot of mages. Hmm. No, it's not. Not in PvE. In any raid situation, it's not worth it simply because most bosses have some sort of protection against anyone's stealth and will automatically reveal you the moment combat starts. So it's not really viable. Yeah, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about everyone's free rift carver and how it's on every warrior and yeah. Of course not. Oh. I heard Fury used it offhand, yeah. Ironically, it feels like people overvalue the plus 2% agility from High Elf as in the best of circumstances, it's about 16 agility. Yeah, I'd say the Troll's haste is way better. But that's just my opinion. And that's why they nerfed it to 10%, because 20% was huge. Well, for ambush rogue, or at least a rogue who dreams of having cool ambushes, Rift Carvers is biz. We'll see if I ever get it, though. Oh, yeah, it should have already dropped. Yeah, I think it's been like 8, 9 times in a row where it just didn't drop. It dropped my very first raid that I went with them, and a warrior got it because they had a plus 70 or something. And then, yeah, and then after that, it has not dropped since, and now I'm at plus 120. So. Oh, that's the kind of stuff I like to hear. Because I show up all the fucking time. I'm always there, every fucking raid. And then it just never drops. I've been stuck on Gressil for several months with these guys, with you guys. It feels like plus 3 bis weapons from Kara 40 racial. Goblins have both Mason daggers the best. I want to test it because I'm regularly out DPS'd by sword rogues, which is yeah. Well, if I ever, well, first of all, I'll 100% use it for farming. So Noxious Assault is king right now for just downing mobs and not having to worry about stealth or anything like that. But it's actually literally better than ambushing and then like trying to get a backstab in or a front stab, if you know what I mean. So 100% it'll get used, but then potentially it has, based on what I've seen from other rogues who do have Gressil, it's just better in raid situations anyways. Because if I get out DPS'd by someone using Gressil, then I know that, you know, as much as people were like, oh my god, Dagger Rogue overpowered now, it's disgusting, agility, backstab, oh my god. Sure, it's really good, and it looks really good here, but I regularly get out DPS'd by, in the Kara 40 raids, by rogues with some of the tricksters and Gressil. So does he have rift covers? Does he have rift cover? Well, there you go. Thank you, Kisaf. It's time to not get the dagger. Well, there's no dagger. I got the King's Fall. We're in Naxx. Kara 40 is in a couple days. And I'll probably not get rift cover again, because it probably won't drop. But I need 2 Gressels to drop for a chance at that today. Unless Song didn't show up. No, he's right there. He always shows up. So I need 2 Gressels to drop in order to have a chance at it. Nox is silly. You can just wear the same level 57 crafted set from level 57 until you get 6+ pieces of tier 3. Yeah. Pretty much. You talking about Storm Shroud? Oh. Let's do that. So I picked up a set of Storm Shroud and was messing around with it for a haste set, and it's quite good. So it says your melee attacks have a 2% chance to restore 30 energy and increase your chance to dodge and melee attack speed by 10%. So it's an additional haste. Most of the set has haste on it, and it's a 4-piece set with 30 energy regen. So I combined that with tier 3. The only problem is how much other stats you lose. But for a IEA rogue who's doing hemo and just trying to get the armor down on the mob, it seemed pretty good, but I haven't done extensive testing on it. I just did a couple 3-minute target dummy runs to see. But between that and the S-Canders that I've got, I would be the perfect IEA rogue. It's just that the loss of damage from me personally on certain raids it's not worth it. I would consider it for Kara 40, where I'm not the best, but I'm still top 5, so I'm not sure. Would it be priority to not using Noxious Assault? No, it's more affected by Wind Fury because, yeah, because they have fatter weapons, slower, fatter weapons generally in their main hand. And I think that there's a Noxious Assault build that's literally like the hammer. What is it? The new Kara 40 mace and an offhand Gressil. I think there's a Noxious Assault build there that might be interesting. But exactly. And for Noxious Assault, you're hitting with both at the same time, like 3 times in a row. And so any additional Wind Fury proc. Is it? No, it's haste, right? Is it haste now? It's a haste aura, I thought. Wind Fury. Oh, okay. I thought it became an aura. Okay. Well, either way, it's still better for a big fat weapon, so any Noxious Assault rogue is probably using a big fat weapon, like Gressil or what you call it? The new hammer. Noob hammer. It's 6% haste from the set alone. Yeah, exactly. Weapons would be Tempest Rage plus THC, though. I see. Noxious doesn't care about weapon damage, just raw AP, so weapon speed AP. Oh, I didn't know that. Are you sure about that? Because it says it's a weapon attack. Literally says it right on there. Where is it? It's in combat, isn't it? Oh, I don't have it right now. I'm 90% sure it says 110% of weapon damage for each hand. I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I'm not sure why weapon damage wouldn't matter. I am at 8% battery. I'm gonna plug this in. Alright, I'm not 100% on Noxious Assault being better because someone's saying that it's based on AP, but I'm not. It literally says on the thing it's weapon damage plus or 110% of weapon damage or something like that. It does, yeah. Yeah. Strikes with both weapons, dealing 105 damage, plus 35. I swear to God it said something about your weapon damage in there. Last time I read it. Your edge will come with the energy regen. Beer. It's too early for me. I'm getting coffee. Yeah, I'm on Thailand time. Your edge will come with the energy regeneration gear and talents. I remember you guys telling me Assassination's so good, but in my testing, it looks good without raid buffs, but with raid buffs, Backstab just dominates. And I just enjoy Dagger Rogue more than I do Sword Rogue, so in general, I prefer to stick with daggers if I can find the Abyss stuff for it, which with Rift Carvers, it should be a no-brainer that like my backstabs would be enormous at that point. It's like a plus 40 DPS increase on its own. But I do have Remnants of an Old God, which I've been using for my farming build. And yeah, it's quite great because you can get 315 315 weapon skill between that and the Ashkin belt. Where is it? There it is. So I don't know. I think there's a Noxious Assault build in there that's quite good for raiding too, and it might be fist weapons that I do it with. Because I already you remember I got, what was it? Where is it? The Frost one. Blah. What did I do with it? a lot of noise. um. So this is my Noxious Assault version, which emphasizes attack power heavily. Whereas for Backstab, the energy regen seems to be what's getting me all the damage. So this has a huge focus on agility. So you can see the difference, 580 versus 365. But in terms of attack power, 1275 versus 1187. So it's interesting. I could run this whole raid with an attack power focused build with my daggers, but I don't think that would work out very well. I could try both on a target dummy. The difference is quite vast in terms of energy regen versus attack power. I still want to see 4Ps 0.5 and 4P Storm Shroud. I tried that, yeah. That was one of the builds that I tried. It's not as impressive as you think. The Dark Mantle doesn't proc quite as much as I thought it did. Great time for salad. Alright. We're sacrificing some of our DPS to get my coffee. One of these days, after I get Gressil, and after I get Rift Carvers, we're gonna do a big day of testing all the fucking builds. And with my 3-minute on a target dummy stuff, maybe I can coordinate something where I get all the raid buffs too. Or at least all the damage ones. Because I think that would help me sort of really understand how the scaling from like kings and all that stuff works with the agility and so forth. Feels wrong not being involved in these spider kills. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Gotta wait the 10 seconds. Kings is plus 10% stats. Scales downwards for anything that isn't a nice round 10. And doesn't really? That's fucked up. I'm gonna switch to badge. See if I can make up some of the damage
5,
loss.
4,
Except I don't
3,
have my
2,
fucking poisons
1.
on. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. We killed the boss first. Yay, came back at the end. Ooh. Alright. Weapon rebuff add-on when? Yeah. I should just leave this on because it's going to be another pack. Um. Get rid of your pets so they don't path stupid. Yes. Weapon rebuff add-on. I mean, I have this right here. I should know. I was just being dumb. Also, I was distracted by my salad. Also, my wife was like, "You don't pay any attention to me," and I was like, this is a bad week for that." Oops. Just throwing away some energy there. Oh. Bah. Doom says bah.
Your old
Is there any way I can eat this salad?
mortal desires mean nothing. You are acolytes of the master now. and
This might get
search
messy.
cause without
Just a
question.
warning.
The greatest
If you don't
glory
like
is to die
mukbang
in the
streams.
master's service.
Oh, that's why I locked my bar. Maybe if I move this to here for now.
Four, three, two, one. Five, four, three, two, one.
Nothing like a morning salad.
Five, four, three, two, one. Five, four, three, two, one. Five, four, three, two, one.
Okay. Let's refresh this. Let's get some space back in our inventory. Oh, we had badge up the whole time, didn't we? Alright, it's fine. We'll be using it here. I should have switched back to Slayer's Crest just for the record. After the boss fight.
Four,
Hope this doesn't run out. Should be fine.
five, four, three, two, one.
Slay them in the Master's name.
Widow's Embrace. Alright, we should switch to double dissolvent at this point. Because those are going to drop anyways by the time we get to Maxina.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Also, Slayer's Crest. Bah. Do you think Blizzard will be successful in shutting TWoW down? No, I do not. There is a level of survival that TWoW is prepared for. That would be beyond the reach of Blizzard. And bear in mind that the people who are developing TWoW are all over the place. There's no way that Blizzard can actually stop them, and Blizzard has never successfully stopped someone without them deciding to stop themselves and giving up. Generally because people are in the areas where they can be cucked by them and taken to court. Turtle's already out of their reach.
Dispel poison.
So I'm not worried. But I do think that Blizzard would be wise to do the licensing, which is something I suggested to Microsoft as soon as they got, as soon as they bought them. As soon as that transaction took place, I basically messaged them that this is what they should be doing. Something similar to what they've done with Minecraft servers. If I personally would like to see them being successful. Yeah, no one wants Blizzard to be successful in this. If anything, they want Blizzard to find a way for all these private servers to coexist with them. But the hubris of Blizzard should not be underestimated. They are incredibly arrogant for people who have, like, the majority of which have absolutely nothing to do with the creation of any of these intellectual properties. That was a little bit iffy. Yeah, don't underestimate the hubris of Blizzard. Also, you have to remember that Microsoft and Activision Blizzard, being a Microsoft company, both have sets of lawyers who are litigious by nature because they have to justify their existence. If you have an entire division devoted to legal matters, you need to find things to do. So they don't always do the smart thing. They do whatever it is that they think will justify their existence. It's all part of corporate necrosis. Do I need to do a third video on corporate necrosis? Maybe I should. Maybe a third video on corporate necrosis is in order. Alright, we're gonna swap back to deadly corrosive. We're going to swap in badge of the swarm guard. And we're gonna check our buffs. We'll rebuff this. It's not gonna last more than 3 minutes. I'm just not 100% sure when they're gonna pull. Nice chunk of chicken.
Five, four, three, two, one.
All right. Oh god, I fucked up so bad. Unbelievably bad. Fuck. I can't believe I fucked that up. I fat fingered my vanish like an idiot.
Beware.
I am an idiot. Oh well. Congrats to 30. He gets to be Bis Rogue now. I fucked up so bad. Wraithblade. Alright. Anyways. Imagine people actually watching your channel and know about the CN phenomenon. Oh, what? How China's private servers are astronomically out of control? These eggs are gonna get cold, I should eat them. I just don't think... I know that Blizzard is just defending their IP, quote-unquote. But they don't really deserve that IP. It's not theirs. We should switch back to Dissolvent. Slayer's Crest, good luck. I'm sure it will drop. For us, it drops almost every week, but then again, RNG. RN fucking G. I almost died. I'm still in the process of dying. Salt.
Do not continue. Turn back while there's still time.
The first kill goes to me. Anyone care to wager?
First kill goes to me. Bah. Oh, I got slowed. Yeah, Murder Mittens. Oh, that's your guild. Oh, awesome. Yes. Murder Mittens and family friends. If that Rift Carvers doesn't drop this week, I swear to God, I might quit forever. I might quit WoW forever. I'm kidding, of course, but boy, is it frustrating to need one piece for all your testing and never get it. If Rift Carvers and Gressil are necessary for all the tests I want to do, and they're literally the last thing. Last two things that I'm not getting. Ah! Fuck. I'm not gonna get a chance to eat my salad because these guys are too bloodthirsty. So last week I did a lot of like just having Blade Flurry on the whole time, and this week I'm sort of not doing that. I'm wondering how it'll affect my overall trash damage. Though this week I've been quite lazy since I'm trying to eat my salad. Turn it on for this fight and see. What? What the fuck? Select nearest mob. What's confusing about that? Holy shit. What am I attacking? Nothing. It's targeting some dwarf underneath us. Like, on the... down here. It's targeting a dwarf down here. Isn't it? It's this. Why does it think that dwarf is the closest thing? That doesn't make any sense at all. Some sort of Z-axis problem. Oh my god. Ah, for fuck's sake. Nothing like a nice scrambled egg. I do wish I had some toast for this, but I guess I didn't have time to make it. And I didn't order it. Alright, we're going to switch back to Deadly and Corrosive. I'm just trying to think about what is the optimal for each boss. I should make a chart. I should make a chart. It's a mood to go into Naxx. Casually end up with 5 tier 3 pieces because no other broke warrior needing it. Yes. I would like to bring my warrior to Naxx, but I don't want to be a burden. And also I don't play my warriors like I play my warrior so little that it feels unjustified. Oh, fuck. Meh. Justice for Kinra. For Kinra. I mean, I stopped raiding her with Whiskey Warriors because they have a if you're not a main, then you can only off-spec roll at anything. And so every time I would go to BWL, I would basically get nothing. So it's like, I'm not progressing this warrior, so there's almost no point in playing her if I'm not progressing her. Because there's always someone new coming into BWL who needs loot. So it doesn't make any sense. Even though it's like, you know, I'd occasionally get one piece here or there. It's just a lot of time spent getting nothing. Similar to what I'm going through with Zenrai right now, where there's just nothing to get for Zenrai. Now, most people would probably switch their main. And, but I don't feel right doing that. I would rather have better loot rules. But unfortunately, for Kinra, all the raid times for the other collabs are terrible for me. So, I would be. Many of these raids are like at 4 in the morning. It's like, no, I ain't doing that. Alright, we're gonna swap over to double dissolvent again. Onslaught system. I'm not sure what that is. Just get into pugs. I mean, if I can find pugs, but then pugs are miserable experiences, generally speaking. And to be honest, all the pugs that I've found so far, they raid at crazy times too. Crazy times for me. I'm in Thailand, so it's just tough to find someone who raids around, like, no one raids around, like, this time period, except for Whiskey Warriors. Alright, should have some time here with my salad. Pugging is the worst, most selfish way to play the game most of the time. I'd rather not waste my time. Invisible weapons use Night Elf male model? What? Hmm? I definitely don't know what you mean by that, but I'm curious to find out more. How do I subscribe to your newsletter? Mythics? Mythics is a guild? Oh, do they? I didn't know that. The boys got this. I don't think I've ever done any damage in this fucking part of the raid anyways. I think unfortunately when you have over 100 ping, everyone else's damage goes in first and then you're left with nothing. Alright. I didn't touch any of those. I'm just gonna sit in the back and enjoy my salad. Uh-oh. Okay. Oh. That feels good. Just drive by, drive by backstab. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, we got him. He was draining through that whole thing. Oh my god. 3 spiders away from the spider title on your rogue? Nice. Yeah, I had the, I had Maximus Hatchling on SR. But it didn't drop, so oh well. I don't know how many more spiders I need though. I really didn't look at the achievement very closely. Oh, here it comes. Hey, Splinter! Only world spider that I am yet to get is the one from Ajara. 300 plus spiders killed and it's not dropped yet.
Come, Zeliek.
0.5? 0.5% is not bad. That it shouldn't take 300. But then again, it's RNG, so who the fuck knows?
I do hope they stay alive long enough for me to introduce myself.
I'm gonna sit out this pack and see if I can
And run away as fast as they can.
finish the salad. Uh-oh. Sorry for the mukbang, but you know. Okay. Oh. Oh. Supplement. Ahem. 300 kills a 77.7 repeating chance for one to have dropped. Yeah. Is that right? Hmm. I haven't done that kind of math in a long time, but... But 300 definitely should have dropped by now. It's kind of ridiculous. By the way, if you are a subtlety rogue and you want to raid with subtlety, remember that you can turn your blade flurry on before you engage, and for any mobs that are close together, you can double ambush now. And it's kind of huge. It's kind of very huge. Okay. I got salad in my teeth. Just means you have shit luck for this one? Yeah. Kind of like me and Gressil, I guess. Or me and Riftcarver. I will say the one thing that I will never forgive nerds for is fucking booting me from the guild when I was definitely getting Gressil next. It almost feels like it was motivated by something. And the whole drama was a thinly veiled excuse to get me out of the way so that they could get my Gressil. Goddamn pieces of shit. Anyways, enough guild drama. I don't want to rehash that garbage. Absolution is recruiting. If you'd like to join our guild, we have collaborations for almost every raid. Oh, no. Fuck it. Alright, so swap in badge, switch in deadly and corrosive. Hi! Good morning. What's up? Oh, you making balloons? Cool. Are you gonna make balloons here? Okay. Huh? Yeah. Where's your mother? What happened? Or did you just want to say hi? Did you just wake up? Oh, okay. Did you eat breakfast? Did you eat yet? Is there food downstairs? No? No. And we will vanish swap at Mowbray. Oh, we are running low. How do I go through T so fast? I know how I go through T so fast. Not enough info on my guild ads? Oh, to how to join Absolution? You're right, I don't. Yeah. Wow. Can you show mommy that? I'm a little busy. Is that okay? Do you want me to tie that one off and then you can take it downstairs? Yo. I need this, and I need one of these. I'll go my... What your guild is about and what kind of players do you search for? Thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, Kissuff. Huh? Yeah. I can. I'm busy, I'm live, you know? Sorry. Look. Those are glass bottles. It's for the soda water. Bubble water, yeah. Did you... It's the one you don't like because it doesn't have any flavor. Uh-oh.
Huh? If you pump too much air into that, it will pop. Ah. Now it has no air in it.
5,
What? You have the pump.
4,
Why are you using that?
3, 2, 1.
Defend yourself.
Huh? Where's your mother? Hold on. I'm a little bit distracted.
Your life is mine.
I have no choice
Mark
but to
4.
obey.
Mark 5. Mark 6.
She's distracted by balloons. I just don't want to get anyone killed. Alright.
Your life is mine.
I have no choice but
Mark
to
8.
obey.
Your life is mine.
I have no choice but to obey.
Mark 9.
Your life is mine.
I have no choice but to
Mark 10.
Your life is mine.
I have no choice but to obey.
Mark 11.
Bow to the might of the High Lord.
Huh?
Your life is mine.
Give me a minute. This is... I have to pay attention, okay?
Mark 12.
I'm distracted, so...
I have no choice but to obey.
Mark 1.
Who's next?
I have no choice but to obey.
Mark 2.
Who's next? Your life is mine.
I have no choice but to obey.
Who's
Mark
next?
3.
Oh, no. Fuck.
Void Zone move.
I have no choice but to obey.
Hold on.
Who's
Mark
next?
4.
I might die. I might die. I might die.
Your
Okay.
life is mine.
We have to kill these two. We've got 2 more to go. I think we're gonna make it, but...
Your life is mine.
Violate the sanctity
I don't think I would survive a 6 mark anyways.
Mark 6.
I have no choice but to obey.
I'm gonna lean towards Mograine.
To shame.
Limos down. Alright, I can go in on this. I'm gonna wait till I get called though.
Mark 7.
I have no choice but to obey.
Where's mommy going? I don't know. Maybe you should check.
Mark 8.
I have no choice but to
See what
obey.
mommy's doing. You don't want to go?
Mark 9.
Alright.
I have
Yeah.
no choice but to
You
obey.
figured out how that balloon pump works. What could go wrong?
Mark 10.
I
Let me check my cooldowns here.
Choice but to obey.
This didn't happen? Oh, I vanished for it too. Yeah.
Mark 11.
A doggy? No, that's a cat. That's a tiger. That's a panther.
No choice but to obey.
Actually, it's a night saber. It's a Warcraft specific. That is a cat. You
Mark
oh duck?
12.
Yeah, that's a duck.
I have
That's
no
a cat.
choice but to obey.
That's Mr. Bigglesworth. You're scared of the cat? Why? Did the cat scratch you yesterday? Did it scratch you? You scratched your arm? I told you were playing too rough with that cat. Should not be. If you. Some cats don't want to be picked up, so you just have to not touch them. Turtle should add the 30 seconds no combat check for combat to be dropped. Just to screw rogues trinket swapping. Then there would be no more rogue trinket swapping, and things like Badge of the Stormguard would completely be useless. Because who's gonna do that? Huh? You can, but you have to make a tight seal. Yeah. But you have the pump. Why don't you use the pump? You're letting all the air out around the sides. That's why. Huh? Yeah, I'm swimming in slime. Huh? We're gonna go kill another guy. Because they're all bad guys. Yeah. Oh, be careful. Oh, yeah. I know. Alright, hey, let me take your mother. Where's your mother? Where's mom? Hopefully she's eating breakfast. She seems to be resistant to breakfast, so I'm not sure. What are we on here? Deadly. This'll last the fight. We'll leave Badge of the Stormguard on. Kids are unrelenting. Oh, yeah, you don't know the half of it, man. Yesterday we had this cat. A neighbor's cat was hanging around. And I kept telling her, like, you can't be rough with it. And she was, like, trying to grab it by one arm, and I guess it scratched her eventually. I didn't see it happen. But yeah, she just would not leave that cat alone. And I'm like, the cat is its own thing, you know? Like, like, you gotta think of it like a person who's kind of grumpy if you mess with it. She was not hearing it. But I guess she learned a lesson.
5,
Baited shot is not a
4,
substitute for CC.
3, 2, 1.
There goes my food buff. What the fuck? Very sloppy today. Just not on my A game. Oh. I guess it doesn't matter. Oh, there you go. Hailstone Band. If target is daughter, cast distract with a nearby toy unless daughter mob level is more or equal to 7, then cast blind with credit card, otherwise can't. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Oh boy. Kids are unrelenting. For her, in order to get hungry, it requires a morning exercise. Well, I just ran her up and down the stairs a couple times. So maybe, hopefully, that built up a little bit of an appetite. Okay. Shit. Let's move this over here. Hey, Larry Knight. Hope Turtle WoW can get some kind of license worked out, like Ascension WoW. Ascension WoW has a license? What? Is that true? I don't think that's true. As far as I'm aware, there are no licenses for WoW. But we'll see what happens. I don't trust Blizzard at all, because Blizzard is a Microsoft company, and I don't trust Microsoft at all. shenanigans occurring. What the fuck? I was not ready for this. I already had that T-Mug. It's a good one. Ascension is just based in Russia and Blizzard knows nothing about them to even begin the process. Well, yeah, that's the thing. And ultimately, Turtle WoW has a similar form of immunity, I suppose. So the truth of the matter is that they've probably issued thousands of cease and desists to every private server that exists at this point. It's just something that is regularly ignored by anyone outside of the US. And that's assuming they can even get their location to begin with, or an address to send it to. Buck Flizzard. Indeed. Buck Flizzard. Remember, it's not Blizzard. It is... None of the founders are there. Like 90%, 99% of the original people who worked on the original IPs, Warcraft, Starcraft, etc., they're not there. I think one of the few remaining people will retire soon, and I think that Metzen will go back to War Chief Gaming and continue to work on his RPGs. Soon. Oh, come on. They're rushing a little bit too much here. Double leg plates. Hey, that bodes well. If double leg plates can drop, then double Gressil can drop. Oh. Feel free to adopt your next alt name. No, I don't. I always do in-world names. I would never do meta commentary like that. It's immersion breaking, and I don't want to ruin anyone else's role play or whatever they're doing. Might be the title of a new video though. Let's swap.
Yes, Master.
Let's switch to double. No, let's not do dissolvent. Let's do instant. I know this defies conventional wisdom, but I don't think the dissolvent benefits as much from rupture or taste for blood as people think it does. I don't think it outweighs the instant poison, but I mean, we'll see.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Ow. Alright, maybe I really should have fapped for this. Let's go grab another one. Such a video is long overdue. Why immersion is important, and why you should be respecting other players to have fun. Yeah, that's actually, I should do that. I'll add it to my list of videos that I want to do, but I just never seem to have the energy for. Whoa. Oh, that was a lucky one. Aw. You need some scripts done? I have scripts done. I'm sitting on a script for the whole Turtle WoW thing, but... I don't know. Every time I feel like doing it, I'm like, or maybe I could... You know what I did yesterday? Rather than do a video?
3,
I wrote a parody
2,
of Toto's
1.
Africa for Warsong Gulch. I know. I mean, eventually they might even turn it into a real song on Everlook broadcast. So, who knows? I'd rather be creating something fun than talking about something that makes me mad. Does that make any sense at all? I'd rather put something into the world that I think people will enjoy than talk about shitty things that are going on that make me angry and frustrated and hate everyone. Surely that makes some sense, right? And in this case, I'd rather make a parody of Toto's Africa based on Warsong Gulch than I would talk about Turtlewow's lawsuit. Make fun of things that make you mad and make a video about it. Yeah, I mean, yes. I think the video about Turtlewow's the Turtlewow lawsuit thing has to be pretty serious, actually. I'm definitely going for that tone. There's a lot of, I have a lot of personal feelings about all of this shit because I was fucking there. I was there for what Blizzard used to be, and I've seen it turn into what it is now, and it's, it's not really, these are not fun things to discuss at all. And I feel extra bad because I still have friends there, Friends who don't talk to me because they're afraid that there will be repercussions for doing so. But friends nonetheless. Like, if you haven't lived in America and experienced the corporate culture, you have to experience American corporate culture to understand the sort of indoctrination that goes on there. It's very difficult to explain to people who have not personally experienced it.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Like, they literally
1.
feel like they have no other recourse than to just do whatever the corporation says, and like, they don't even question it at this point. Most Americans don't even question it at this point. It's just, you think they are friends? I mean, fair.
Yes, Master.
I still consider them friends. I know that if it were not for America's particularly corporate situation, that they would probably still be talking to me. Ironically,
5, 4,
I talk more to
3,
the wife
2,
of one of my
1.
friends there, who was also a friend, like, to be fair. And I married them, like, I was their officiating reverend for their I did their wedding vows. Oh, no. Anyways, whatever. I don't think anyone there hates me, but I certainly make it difficult to be my friend given my stances against corporate bullshit. And this is the thing that Europeans particularly don't understand. In America, your life is linked to that corporation. Your health care comes from your employment. And if you're ever fired and can't find another job, your healthcare costs are astronomical. Astronomical. We're talking like $1,500 a month per person for healthcare in the US. And that's with the government program that covers you if you get kicked off your insurance from being fired. So your life is literally in the hands of these corporations, and them firing you can, in many cases, be a death sentence. And in many cases, what happens is you get some serious disease like cancer, or maybe your wife is pregnant, and then they're like, you're not coming into work very often, blah blah blah, and then they use that for reasons to justify firing you. It's like, oh, I understand you're going through chemo, but you really need to show up for these meetings at work, They'll do shit like that. And then you get kicked off of your insurance, and then you don't have coverage for the cancer. Like, a lot of Americans either die or go into massive debt for that exact reason. It is disgusting and cruel. And it's hard for people who don't live in the US to understand that. Because they, like, it sounds like a villain came up with it, like a villain in a awful dystopian sci-fi corporate nightmare fiction novel, but it's like real. It's real. Reverend Dave, give us your blessing, for we are blessing you for the Gressil drama. Oh, thank you guys. Anyway, sorry to rant about America again, but it's very difficult for some people to understand just how bad it is. Where corporations literally control whether you live or die sometimes. So if my friends aren't talking to me, it could literally be a matter of life or death for them. So I'm like, it's fine. I have to understand their situation when it comes to that. Alright, we're gonna try our vanish swap, but maybe I could make it into a macro. Oh. It didn't swap. What the fuck? Did you see that? Slice and dice drop there for a second. One second. That should last the rest of the fight anyways. Fuck. I am full health. It didn't swap out. I don't think you can swap. I don't think you can vanish swap anymore. It's not working. That's the second time in a row. I don't think it's working anymore. I'm gonna have to try this on a target dummy and see what happens. It seems like combat is not dropping on bosses anymore when you vanish. But I was slamming on that Slayer's Crest and I even saw a cooldown go off. I don't know, that's quite strange. I'm not sure what to make of that. Yeah, don't kick or nothing. Jesus Christ. Another nail to that coffin of your rainbow happy thoughts about friends is that corporate hell of a country. If they really were your friends, they'd be contacting you regardless. Well, it's not like they're... One of them reached out to me before and got burned for it. And that was the whole Reforged thing. Because I don't know if you know, if you haven't watched my video on it, I was working on Warcraft 3 Reforged at one point. And yeah, it got fucked. But that was because a friend reached out to me and was like, you know, hey, what would you think about doing this? And they haven't talked to me since. They haven't talked to me since Blizzard ghosted me. I personally believe that they told him never to talk to me again. I bet you that is the case. I hope that's the case, because if they didn't threaten him with something, I'd feel pretty bad if he never reached out to me again. Like, not even to tell me like what kind of happened and went down there. Are we gonna... I'm not gonna swap to Badge of the Stormguard because I can't seem to vanish swap anymore. I think trinket swapping might be dunzo. You have all the rights to call this one, at least as your friend. Well, it's... I don't want to assume negativity when it could be just... I mean, like, if you understand the corporate culture of these studios, then you'll understand where I'm coming from on, like, I can't really blame them for wanting to keep their job. Oh, what the fuck? Shit. Either way, I don't think... If it were me, obviously I would continue to talk to whoever the fuck I pleased. And I have always done so in the past, regardless of what threats a corporation might induce upon me, but... I can't expect everyone to hold to that standard, because I'm willing to do things like leave the country, and not everyone can do that. Let's go with just a normal nature. That's usually more than enough to get through this tunnel. Let's refresh. Let's not refresh. It'll last. It'll last through this fight. Let's eat another sour.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whee! Hmm. Oh, they're using that corner. Why am I not using that corner? Hey, rhyme-covered mantle. Oh, Aslan, why didn't you come today? Alright, let's get a greater nature on here. Firewater or might? Maybe might is better because I have a smaller area. I think might be better for this fight. I'll might on the way in. Because if you're too big, you might... If you're too close to the mob in melee range, you can shock the people on the other side. It makes sense to have a smaller area.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I can replenish this poison on the other side when we jump down. Kill! Kill! Alright. GMPP. Deadly poison. Negative left, positive right. Negative left. Nope, don't know. Positive, go. died.
Your security measures have failed. See to this interruption immediately.
All right, frost protection. Greater frost. Frost and Juju cold. All right. Corporate necrosis. If you haven't watched my videos on corporate necrosis, you should watch all of them. There's at least 2. One of them is about EA and Mass Effect Andromeda, and how Mass Effect Andromeda sort of reflects the culture, how it reflects what corporate necrosis really is, and how it affects game development. And then the second one, gosh, I can't even remember the second one, but I know I have 2. But those are good videos to watch on the topic. And if anyone is like, oh, but Blizzard's so great, blah 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 blah, just show them those videos on corporate necrosis, because it explains everything negative that's happening pretty much definitively. This water's from yesterday. $300 right now. How much does what tick for? It kind of doesn't affect me at all. Or at least it's not noticeable. We'll eat this food. I actually want to be bigger for this fight, but not the next fight, so I'm a little bit hesitant on which way to go here. Because if you're slightly bigger, it's easier to hit him in the air. Or at least it feels that way. This should last this fight. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's affected by a poison. We'll see what my deadly poison damage is at the end, just to double check. Ubisoft. I think I discussed Ubisoft as well at some point. Odds left, evens right, so I'm on the right. Until this runs out, I don't want to use another. We can save a little bit on costs here. Did you? What the fuck? That was weird. Let's throw the Juju on myself. I'm basically not taking any damage from the aura. Okay, he's going in the air.
Beware.
Rip that pet. That's sad. Deadly poison 6k, corrosive 5k, 12k total.
Our preparations
Compared to
It is good.
Icar only had one poison up, which is interesting.
Soon all will serve.
Dissolvent poison 2, 53k.
In the end,
What fucking build is Song doing?
so long as you do not,
Oh, he's doing a Noxious Assault build.
I foresee
Your security
You're gonna have to tell me about this build, Song.
See to this interruption immediately.
There's the Shrouded Dominion.
yes, master.
Let's look at my damage, or damage to me. I want to see if I did take any damage from the... You suffer 300 frost damage from Saffron's Frost Aura, 300 resisted. 150, 450 resisted. 150, 450 resisted. So there you go. With 300 frost resist, you're basically taking 150 typically from the aura, or 300, which is basically nothing. Basically nothing. All right, let's swap out my gear. Want to be in my combat daggers build. Do we stick with Slayer's Crest? Maybe we stick with Slayer's Crest. No, it doesn't make any sense to do that. We'll swap in champion. That'll do. I guess I'm ready. We don't want to be big, so we're going to do a Juju Might once we teleport in. We can re-up this after the teleport. We need to replenish my offhand. We're going to put Corrosive on it. And we're going to put Deadly on my main hand, because we're more focused on the Kel'Thuzad damage. I don't really care about the parse on the trash mobs in the middle. Ubisoft was always dysfunctional, by the way, compared to Blizzard. Blizzard was like a predominantly functional, if not dude bro-y culture, but Ubisoft was absolutely systemically disgusting from the very, very beginning. And the fact that most of their top executives almost went to jail for molesting employees says a lot about what sort of company culture they built. I'm not saying that everyone who came out of Ubisoft is a vile piece of shit, but I'm saying anyone who got to the top end of Ubisoft needs to be watched very carefully. That's what I'm saying.
Soldiers of the cold, obey the call of Kel'Thuzad.
summon Billy. GFPP. We can Juju later. Juju might. I'll start when the fight starts. Oh, we need, I need to have my bow ready. Where's my bow? It's in general, isn't it? Shoot bow on T. Let's zoom out a little bit so I can get a better idea of my positioning compared to the skeletons. Something aggroed me. Yes, it's intended. So they gave a cooldown to KT on his abilities. He has a global cooldown of 5 seconds, so he's only going to use one ability at a time. Which means that if he uses his ground thing, he won't then frost blast the groups. Running backwards is dumb because you go slow. But yeah, if you're dodging the little thing that appears on the ground, you can go side to side now without worrying about accidentally spreading the frost thing around the two others. I have to get more Doom Shot. I'm gonna have to do lower Blackrock Spire. Still feel like Rogue should have some sort of breaking the combat state besides Vanish. Let's say if I have CP point Faint. Oh, if Faint were like a combo. That's an interesting thought. I like that idea, yeah. I don't know about a 25% chance though. If it's not consistent or there's not a way to get 100% out of it, I wouldn't bother. I've always hated when your abilities and using your abilities correctly results in a random result. Random damage, not so bad, but random effect absolutely drives me insane because it doesn't make any sense. Like if I execute something correctly, it should work. Okay, hold up. Did he aggro me? He did. Okay, no, never mind. He got taunted. Feint is useless. It's 100% useless.
Shadow Fisher.
I don't see the Shadow Fishers.
Shadow Fisher. Shadow Fisher.
Alright, after this phase, I'm gonna go full bore damage. Here we go.
Shadow Fisher.
Uh-oh. We're gonna hit a MC phase. It's a wipe. Apparently we didn't kick a Frostbolt. Alright. Turtle gave hunters a new reposition button for pets, yet I still see hunters just ignore it. Huck hunters. Fair. I think the problem with hunters in general is that no, we're max ranging. It's max range. There was no chaining. I think hunters just get into a rhythm of like doing their basic rotations and they don't think about their pets. It's a pet is like a addendum damage. I do want to play like a hunter and like see what I can do with the pet because I think there's all sorts of broken stuff you can do with the pets. I've seen off in the fringes hunters doing weird shit with pets to farm shit while they're AFK, which I don't think is necessarily great. But it's interesting. Many noobs go for the hunter class because most of them are just those nerds with no friends and they want at least a pixel pet to be need more toxic positivity in this guild. Fuck. Alright, we're gonna up our consumes. We're so close to a 2-hour raid. It's ever so slightly disappointing. Alright, we'll eat that and then Juju in there and another Frost. We'll stick with the Mark of the Champion since the trinket swapping doesn't seem to be working. Though it would be good to have Badge of the Swarm Guard on the Kel'Thuzad portion of the fight. We do have to re-up our Deadly. So we'll wait, eat, Juju, or maybe chill, then might. Alright. You're about to spiral into nerf players for 30% rant? What? With Turtle, it's mostly paladins who just can't keep their attention span for more than 5 minutes before they cry to River for 10-minute basic blessings. Go get some tea instead, yeah. Well, like, buffing should not be that difficult. If it were up to me, all buffs would last an hour. Because it's annoying just to, like, have to remind yourself every 5, 10, 30 minutes. Some of them at different times. It's ridiculous. Oops, that is not what I wanted, but I'm gonna stick with it. Fuck it. Fuck it. No worse than a Tauren at this stage. I need to pull Sin Strike macro down to where my bow is after the Kel'Thuzad phase starts. Because there was a phase where he turned on me. It's not ridiculous. Those are all attention checks pretty much, and there's a reason for that. I don't care if the attention check is 15 minutes, 30 minutes, or an hour. I just want it to be consistent. So if all buffs are 5 minutes, fine. If all buffs are 15 minutes, fine. If all buffs are 1 hour, fine. But it should not be this one's 5, this one's 10, this one's 30. It's annoying. Oh, hello. The rest of your attention should be on what you're doing in the combat. It shouldn't be having to constantly check on your buffs. I get that it's like a aspect of certain classes that they are buffers, but then make that the class. Like, make the class, the whole thing is they're keeping up a rotation of buffs. Like a bard. Like that. Something wants me. Oh. What the fuck? Different buffs bring different scales of power and therefore should have different duration. I guess. But isn't what you're doing in combat the important and exciting part? I don't know, you could always normalize whatever power it brings. Like, the only thing where I'd make a case for that is if the buff was, like, super good and it lasts 30 seconds. You know what I mean? And it lasts on one person. Which there are things like that, but those are usually self-buffs, as opposed to buffs that you do to someone else. Or they're trinkets, you know what I mean? How many arrows do I have left? 141. I really gotta go get more Doom Shot. Okay. We are on the KT portion of this fight. I'm not gonna hold back this time. I'm just gonna go straight into max damage.
Shadow Fisher.
Oops, that should have been an eviscerate.
Mind control.
Oh. Did I not re-up my poison? It should last.
Shadow Fisher. Mind control.
Fuck. Invulnerability. I should have done invulnerability. I don't think we got it.
Shadow Fisher.
They can't even see the Shadow Fisher.
Mind control.
That's it. People are not focused. Some people say they can't see the fissures. The game was designed with 40 people in mind and with 9 classes. That makes certain classes multiplicatively stronger since there are several of the same class players. That's not true. The game was not designed with 40 people in mind. Raids didn't exist. Raids did not exist at the time that these classes were designed, so that's not true at all. 33 Frost Mages on Rag and 26 Warrior Raids in general are still a thing on Classic, even though Classic is a total joke. I get it, but I don't agree with that sort of design anyways. What you're doing in combat should be what's interesting. The buffing schedule should be something that's not like you're constantly thinking about what stupid buff is about to fall off. Even though that's because you're already doing that with consumes. So if you're doing that with consumes and then you're a priest and you're also doing that with the fucking buffs, it's too much at that point. And it's not that interesting. It's literally, did I remember to put this buff on or not? I used Empower to basically Empower, M-P-O-W-A, to make this setup so I don't have to fucking think about it because it's so fucking annoying. All I have to do is look down and go, oh, this one's missing. Boop. And all of the fuckery that comes from that is simply a byproduct of how shitty the buff cap and all that shit is. So it's not interesting at all. It's just frustrating and annoying. I don't think it should be part of the gameplay, and it's not part of the gameplay. It's literally just a, did I remember to do all my buffs or not? It's so lame. And then Turtle shouldn't bring more 40-man raids became a part of the classic experience, because that was the stuff that Blizzard built on to the original game after they released. Whereas, wait, what am I doing? Don't eat that now. Fuck. But buffing in general is just not that fucking interesting. Like, it's just something you're doing right now and it'll last the whole fight. If what you're talking about would be combat buffs, something you only do in combat. So, for example, combat res is interesting compared to normal res because you can do it in combat. You have to step out to resurrect someone, and that's kind of interesting that you can do that. And it's like, who do I res? There's a lot of interesting choices inherent in that. Just having to put all your buffs on someone in the middle of a combat isn't that interesting, unless you're making choices about who to put those buffs on. So like shamans are semi-interesting in that regard because you have to decide which group to put them with. Where do you maximize the shamans' buffs from their totems? Like that's semi-interesting. And to be honest with you, that's sort of an imitation of how classic paladins originally worked, where they could only buff their group, their auras. And auras are an interesting choice. That's an interesting buff choice, but you only choose one, and you have to decide which one's the best one, compared based on who is in your group and what various things are going on. But I just don't agree that buffing and having 5-minute timers and 15-minute timers and 30-minute timers is interesting. It's just annoying, especially with all of this shittiness. And all of this is VCB, so without VCB, oh man, it's even more infuriating and annoying and stupid.
Servants, soldiers of the Cold Dawn, obey the call of Kel-Fusan!
Yes, let's get this fucking double Gressil. It better be a fucking double Gressil at this point. Alright, we got that buff. Well, let's switch to Juju Might. Let's get Juju Chill up. Let's get this. And let's focus. Let's focus up. I need to zoom out a little bit so I can see what's going on. And I'm only going to shoot arrows at things that I think are not going to go down. That's definitely a skeleton choosing me as a target. What is happening here? What was Iron Beef doing? Maybe this? Nope. Nope. This one? Next target. Blarg. The range on the Stratholme Holy Water is just so short. It feels broken how short it is. It's like shorter than any of the engineering stuff that I could do. Shit, wrong side. I heard all those bows go off at once. Reminder to myself Whiskey Warrior is constantly reminding me why I don't have the voice active. Lag. What are my buffs? Everything's good here.
Shadow Fisher.
I don't see a Shadow Fisher, so I think I'm okay. Oh no.
Shadow Fisher. Shadow Fisher. Shadow Fisher.
I'm just. Is it double Gressil? No Gressils. So once again, the name of my stupid the name of my stupid stream is correct again. Ugh. I can hear myself echoing in someone else's. That was someone playing my stream. Always better to locate the Shadow Fisher visually, even if you're not affected by it. No, that's what I was trying to do. The only instance when the voice would be useful, otherwise WoW does not require voice comms. Yeah. Generally speaking. All right, let's get out of here. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, I was gonna show you guys my daily quest thing. So let's drop raid, and we're going to Orgrimmar, and we have let me drop raid comms. Don't need those. Do 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 do. And so here's what I've figured out. There are 6 daily quests that I can do every day. And I've been, well, mostly consistently doing them. We're up to 2,256 quests completed. We need 2,800 in order to get the next level of the Lore Keeper title, which I have Lore Keeper, that's from 1,700 quests. You need 2,800. Ooh, let me get my trick or treat before I go do the other stuff. I guess I could trick or treat at the trolls. Hey, we got a bag. Where is it? Where's the bag? I don't know. Oh, we're almost out of tea again. That's all right. So, Horde, and I don't know if there's an equivalent for Alliance. Alliance, I don't think needs it because they have so many extra fucking quests. It's insane. At least compared to Horde. In the troll area, which is through a portal that most people don't ever fucking even look at or know about, there's 4 different daily quests, all of which count as a quest completion, no matter how many times you do them. These are the only daily quests I've ever seen that don't turn into a blue after you do them 2 times. Most quests that can be repeated, you can do them twice. First time you do it, it gives you a quest completion. Second time you do it, it does a quest completion. And then the third time it does not. This one, lighting the pyres. So we grab that one first, and then we just go do it immediately because it's right here in the zone. Oh shit, I forgot to swap. It's alright. We don't even need to necessarily kill anything for this. Unless this aggroes? Sometimes they aggro, sometimes they don't. You never know until it's too late. Alright. So you click on these pyres, you light 8 of them, and then you go back out and you turn it in, and then I'll show you the next 3. You do need a minimum of 4 free slots. 5. You need 5 free slots on your quests. So if you're planning to do these every day, keep 5 free slots. Because you can do the light the pyres immediately, turn it in, and then you don't need it. Then you have to pick up 3 more quests here. And while you're completing these quests, there's 2 more you can do in Shimmering Flats. So I'm going to show you this whole process. Pyres are easy because they start resetting by the time you get to the last one. If I look behind me, this one's already reset. I could have gone out already, so this is less efficient than it could be. At some point I'm going to stop and switch to Noxious Assault though, so let's see if I can do that next. Normally I would sprint out of here. I should have rode up on my horse. So there's always little efficient... Oh, man. Ah, come on. Okay, they didn't aggro. The range is very short, so we can drop Steed and go turn this in, and then I'll go pick up the other 3. So you complete this one now, and then you pick up Power Taken, Power Given. This is going to take us out into Teneris Desert, and we're going to kill some Sand Fury. At the same time, you want to go all the way up here. And there's a quest giver inside this hut on the right. There we go. Means to heal for Toad Oil and Ashen Veil. Rating Quelthian Lodge, we accept. So, I'm not 100% sure what is most efficient, but for now I'm going to use the Time Worn Rune to go to the Caverns of Time. This will get me to Teneris, where I can get the 2 other quests in Shimmering Flats and complete 3 things at the same time. Put on your swim gear, count to 1, 2, 3, then you can move. If you move before that, there's a chance you get stuck in a jiggling animation. You want to head sort of exactly in this direction, a little bit to the right. What you're aiming for this tower here called Sansaro Watch. So you just want to get as far as you can with the swim gear on the flying mount. Ugh. And you want to avoid any combat on the way, if you can. You want to get low to the ground. Right around here, if you have max swim, you'll drop. So I was less efficient than last time. Go ahead and put on the riding gear. And we're looking for the Sand Fury Trolls. Oh, that's why. I've got raid buffs. Okay, so we won't even switch. We're just going to keep our current spec. Normally I would do this with Noxious Assault, because it is so much faster, and you don't have to worry about whether you're stabbing their back or not. Swap out that. Stun. Backstab. Stun again. Backstab. Yeah, Noxious Assault is still more efficient. This is what we need. Unfortunately, my freaking inventory's full. Hold on. Let's start dumping. We don't need all these extra mana oranges. There's really not much I can dump, is there? Anyways, you're getting the Juju Kimbles off of these guys. I actually do recommend pickpocketing them. I never did switch in my Sin Strike. Anyways. Just die. I do want that Flask of Mojo, though. They seem to have a 100% drop rate. I've never seen them not drop the Juju. So you don't have to worry about them not dropping it. I don't need the Troll Sweat. Probably a more efficient kill order is to run to the back and then move your way forward. Now that I'm thinking about it. Either way, these are the closest ones to where we are going next, so... There's a whole other encampment of these further away, but let's start here. Alright, let's go. Back into riding gear. And let me see if I can consolidate my inventory here a bit. Are those not the same? What are these? Mongoose. Okay. So we're going to Shimmering Flats next. Aha. I knew there was room. Am I not seeing Mongoose? No, I only have 2. How sad. Mountain Silver Sage is so overpriced right now that I really don't know what to do about it. So I've been sort of avoiding re-upping my Mongoose and other things that cost that, because it's just so stupidly expensive. Alright, so in the Shimmering Flats there's a daily quest. This daily quest is about racing the cars. It counts as being done for the first time every time you do it. It's neutral, so both Alliance and Horde can do this one. Whereas Horde is the only one that has the 4... As far as I know, there's not an Alliance equivalent of the 4 daily quests with the trolls, but there might be. If you had Bag Shui, you wouldn't have had to search. all right. I'll think about it. So you grab this quest here. If you haven't done these quests, you might have to do a intro quest first. But either way, you'll get to this point where you have the daily. Here's the problem: if there's no one else racing, you might need to have a character camped out here who's completed them all.
See you later.
Yeah, that's not good.
Good day to you. See you
It
around.
doesn't seem to matter which one you pick. You can race for Goblin or Gnome.
Safe travels.
And if anyone else, there's no one else out here. Shit. All right. I didn't expect this. Anyways, these two are called world events for whatever reason. But what you're waiting for is someone to come do the quest with you. Let me see if I have... Let me load up another character and I'm going to send them out here. Bag Shui restacks your items. Okay. Alright, I'll get Bag Shui. Shit, my raid buffs are ticking. How close do I have any of my other characters to doing all this shit? I just need someone else to accept the race. Usually there's at least a couple people out here trying to do it. Which allows me to get this done pretty quickly. This is the first time that I haven't seen that. No, it's not launching. Oh, it is launching. There we go. I think Kinra has done this. One moment. Where are you, Kinra? Kinra is in Stormwind. What's the fastest way there? Can I just keep Kinra logged there? I guess I could. Kinra's not doing anything other than alchemy these days. I kind of need her to stay near an alchemy station. You could be easily locating visually how many of those consumables, food, or weapon enhancements you have just by a glance. Bag Shui is the best tool for any self-respecting horde could ever have. Hoarder? Yeah. I'm a hoarder, but I'm also like a classicifist. I don't know a better word for it. Basically, I don't want to... No, not swim. Do I not have riding gear? Did I not put... Alright, oh fuck. I don't have any riding gear, do I? On this character. Nope, I do not. What is the fastest way for Alliance to get there? Would it be Stranglethorn? It's probably Stranglethorn. Tanaris. Shit, the boat to Aberdeen is here. I'll just fucking fly over there. I'm not gonna make the boat either. Great. Delete bigwigs then? I didn't have bigwigs for my first several raids. If you go back and watch, I did not use a single add-on on my playthrough until I started getting into the more serious raids, and it was required by a guild. So I'm just saying that for my initial playthrough, I played it straight, 100%, no add-ons. So I'm not a hypocrite. But now it's like, I see that the convenience of the add-ons is worth. So I'll probably get Bag Shui at this point. All right, Kinra's on a boat. Yeah, I know you've been here. How dare you? Still waiting for this to go. Maybe they'll do it.
Have a good one.
All right, I'll have to listen for the music. If you hear the music change, then you know that it started. Ugh. I should have jumped off and swam. Oh well. I don't think Kinra even has the riding skill. She does not. She has no money because she's an alchemist, and all the materials to make the alchemy potions are expensive, and then I send all the pots to Zenrai anyways. Oh shit. Alright, someone did it, so I don't have to get Kinra over there. But I might do it anyways, just to have a character logged in here so that I can get the dailies faster. So the race is pretty simple. You just have to touch these diamonds. You can be pretty far off to the edge of them, and it still counts. So if like there's a sheep nearby and you don't want to make sure you don't hit it, the sheep slows you down if you hit it. It'll explode. And then otherwise you're just looking for those little boots, and the boots speed you up. But it uses your riding skill. So if you have max riding stuff, which I do, basically no one's going to beat you. And you don't have to worry about it, because you'll be the first one to get to these speed boosts. There's a random element to it, but generally speaking, that no one's going to touch you if you have all the riding stuff, because the people who are doing it are probably lower level, unless they're like you trying to complete their dailies and they're, you know, already 60 and have everything. Anyways, as you can see, I don't think my opponent even moved from the starting point, so not sure what happened there. Maybe they didn't understand what they were doing. But that's it. It completes both at the same time. So take both quests, both daily quests, and then you win the race, and it triggers both of them no matter which side you chose to ride for. Probably a bug, but I don't really care because it lets me finish 2 dailies at once. Let's run over here and turn this in. Also, the cool thing about this quest is that it gives you these prize boxes, and it can have some neat stuff in it, including the keys. Where do I have it? Oh, I'm wearing it. Including a goblin car key and a gnomish car key that lets you get the 3% move speed. Obviously, I have the Whip of Encouragement already, which is way cooler. So I use that instead. Let's see what's in here. Obsidian Pendant to the Gorilla and Greater Arcane Elixir. I'll just send that to Alosh. Alright, dumping this. Oh, wait, I have to send these to Keepus first. Keepus gets all the cloth for doing cloth things. Kinra gets the mojo. And then we'll open both of these. And we'll send both of them to Alosh. Send. By the way, I don't remember purchasing. I don't think this is. Did someone give me a bunch of tokens? Kisef, did you do this? Because I had like 8,000 or 9,000 yesterday, and I'm like, what? Did I buy it on this character by accident? Like, maybe I did, and I just don't remember. But if someone did donate those to me, thank you. Whip of Encouragement is an internal joke? Oh, it must be. 3% attack speed also is nothing to sneeze at. That's, I think, the highest attack speed I've seen on a trinket. Okay, so from here you've got everything you need. I'm gonna go to Orgrimmar now because that's faster than taking the flight point. Otherwise, you can take the flight point to Ashenvale, but I'm just gonna take this instead. And then we're gonna be running to riding unequipped. We're gonna be riding up to the top and taking the flight point there. And we're going to Ashenvale. So we're gonna go to Splinter Tree Post in Ashenvale. So at this point, you know, I guess you could do it with 3. No, because you need to have... You have to be able to get to 20, right? Okay. So you can see that I've cleared those 2 quests from the Shimmering Flats already, and I've got 2 slots free here, but it doesn't matter, we're not accepting any more quests. You do need the 5 slots free, because you do the Pyre one, but then you have to accept 3 more, and then you have to be able to do the Shimmering Flats one, at least with the way that I'm doing it. There might be a more efficient path, but I haven't figured it out yet. Or I haven't thought about it enough to figure it out. The big clusterfuck for me is simply getting to Eastern Plaguelands for the final troll quest. This one, raiding Quel'Lithian Lodge. Quel'Lithian. You haven't donated any since nearly last year? Okay. Maybe it was me and I forgot. It's possible. Maybe I accidentally did it. Because I did donate... I did get some tokens for my Warlock. Because I wanted to have all the accoutrements for that. Alright. From here, we are going to kill toads. And those toads are here along the lake. So we're aiming to go directly to that point if we can. Which there's not a direct path, you have to cross the river here. So you can just follow the road and then veer off to the left. I think around here there's a path to it. I'm not 100% sure because there are some up and down terrace things. Which, by the way, I just realized something. These are the exact same things used in my map program that I use. How did they get them from the maps? Did World of Warcraft use that same map making program to make all these maps? Oh my god, they did. Either that or the map makers took it from here. Oh man, that's interesting. That explains a lot. I thought it looked familiar and alright. That's a very expensive ride. You have a mount for such a short ride? What do you mean? Which part is expensive? You mean this one? It's not that bad. Alright, here. We are at the lake. We're just killing toads. We don't need... They do no damage at all. They are nothing. They are nothing to you. I may as well swap to my swim gear, actually. Oh, check if the Toad Prince is up. He's not. You need to kill 10 of them? Remember that I have that macro that auto-attacks anything nearby. It works on toads, so I don't have to click on them, which is annoying to do. Very annoying to do. Alright, we're at 10. So now I'm not sure what is more efficient. Typically I run back to Venom Post. or sorry, Splinter Tree post, and then fly back to Orgrimmar, and then go to Hinterlands, and then go to EPL. I could also have potentially saved this and just taken a flight to here, and then ported back to Orgrimmar from here, but I think the time saving is on this portion, or is on the previous portion. Shimmering Flats to Orgrimmar, I think, is more time saving than Splinter Tree back to Orgrimmar. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because that's, yeah, you're in Gadgetzan, so getting to Orgrimmar from there, or to Splinter Tree from there, is much further. From Orgrimmar to Mistral Lake, there's a side path you could have taken to the north from the back exit. Oh, that's true. Where does it bring you out, though? I'm looking for maximum time savings. It's weird that Turtle added a single 1.2 weapon speed weapon in the entire game and then never again. It is a little weird. What's the 1.2 speed weapon? Is that the dagger, the distracting dagger, or is it something else? Okay, so back to Orgrimmar. And then on this portion, we'll be waiting for the boat to Hinterlands. Hopefully we can swap to our Noxious Assault build, because it will matter for the next part. You're actually killing level, I think they're 58 or 60 mobs. Satyr's Claw, rare spawned mob drop. Is it a, that sounds like a fist weapon to me. YouTube is encouraging me to do an engagement here. Start a poll. I don't know if there's enough people to even answer this. Oh, I can't add a fourth option. Or fifth option. Oh, well, whatever. There's a poll. You can participate if you want. The fifth option would have been Maces with the new Thunder Ball, and I don't even know what the offhand would be. Oh, these are back up. I can grab them. I have the room at this point. Those are also considered quest completions, so getting those done every week is actually more important than you might think. Certainly encourages me to do more dungeon delving than I currently am. I am parched and I'm running out of water. Majority of nubs go combat swords. Noxious without any weapon damages, then you would have to farm 2 1% drop daggers with the lowest possible damage while remaining at Jason's speed. Noxious doesn't care about anything other than weapon speed and attack power, so it's literally the best option for raw speed testing. That is interesting. It looks like I might miss this boat. I better pay attention here. Yeah. Alright, well that gives us plenty of time to swap over to Noxious Assault. And now we can read the Noxious Assault and see what I am misunderstanding about it. Alright. You double dog dare me to get a pair of Deadman daggers, the worst damage 1.4 speed dagger in the game. Where are Deadman's daggers from? So Noxious Assault is my 4th specialization. Let's load that. And let's grab my macro for it. Noxious Assault goes here. And then we move Envenom. Cold Blood here, because I don't want to use any Juju Flurries. Envenom here. And we're ready to go. And I have it with my Remnants of an Old God, Claw of the Frostworm. 315 weapon skill without any weapon skill, which is very nice. Very, very nice. Thank you, Ash Skin Belt. Crusader enchant there, and agility plus 15 on the offhand, as always. And this is the full build, which focuses on attack power, as you can see. Going for the Drake Fang and everything for plus hits to help with the offhand hit. 18%, not gonna... No one's gonna cry about more hit. And it's all the attack power ones over the agility ones. You can see my agility, well, I've got a bunch of buffs right now, but it would be like 350 something, I think, without those. Worst part though, 1% drop rate from a single mob with like 5-minute respawn, and it's a mob that low levels need for quests. Oh, that sounds awful, but I can always just invite anyone who needs it. There's also the age-old debate that plus 5 weapon damage beats Crusader on dagger builds. It does. That's true. The only reason that I switched King's Fall to plus 15 agility, and I have seen it affect my parse in Naxx, by the way. The only reason I did that is in anticipation of getting Remnants, or whatever the fucking new dagger is called, Rift Carver. In anticipation of getting Rift Carver, I put plus 15 agility on here, assuming that, like, clearly it's been like 8 or 9 times. It's gonna drop this time. And it just continues to piss on my face, basically, and not drop. Once it does drop, I will be putting the plus 5 weapon damage on the Rift Carver. Because I want to do the PvP stuff, and also because I think that the plus 5 weapon damage is better than people seem to assume. It's too expensive to do direct one-to-one testing though, and do 15 agility and do 3-minute parse and then swap it to plus 5 weapon damage. I might do that one day if I just have exorbitant amounts of money sitting around, but you know, I'm trying to get our guild tabard a teleport, so I need to build up 5 or 6k gold. So it's gonna be a while. Especially since I'm so bad at earning money. By the way, how badass is Remnants? Oh, my energy ticker is in the way. My energy ticker that doesn't work with my current... I just love that it's looking around. I only wish that it had more red and purple on it, like as accents. Given what Cthulhu looks like, I would think, like, it has some purple on this side, but I wish that it had some like more bright purple. Anyways, who cares? The mob for the dagger is Stephen Bartek in the undead starting area? Oh, for fuck's sake. I'll go over there, and if there's no one there, I'll go ahead and try to farm that. Maybe a bit less relevant for Kara 40 daggers. Well, for my daggers build, obviously, all that matters is how much those fat backstabs are doing. Like, we can look at Kelthu's Odd, and you can see that my auto attack and backstab are almost the same. I mean, auto attack obviously wins out in the end on that one, but in other shorter fights, I'm pretty sure that backstab is the winner. Like in this failed Kelthu's Odd, backstab won out. On the last portion of the Kelthu's Odd, how was 30 doing? With he did double dissolvent for 10k. 7k on deadly and 6k on corrosive. So yeah. I just don't think that Dissolvent 2 is as good as people seem to think it is. Alright, we're going to Light's Hope. Stephen Bartek. Have you seen that guy? When you say undead starting area, you're talking about... this area? No, is it this one? Which one is it? It's Death Knell, isn't it? I think it's Death Knell. That's the original starting area. And then this is this an addition from Turtlewell? I can't... Or do you start in Glenshire? I feel like you start in Death Knell. Am I misremembering? I had to go back here recently to finish all these quests. So I feel like Death Knell is the starting area. Death Knell? Okay. Near the exit of the zone, he's the skeleton out of the 4 named zombie mobs. That guy? Oh, people are always camping him because he's a choke point for the finishing of these quests. I don't know if I can ethically camp that without feeling bad. We are not killing... we are not killing undead, so let's get that back. And since we're not killing undead, we'll be using instant poison for the silly high elves. "24 minutes left on this hearth." So it's the getting back and turning in where I've sort of got stuck. Let's throw this on now so that I can jump off my horse and immediately start kicking the shit out of them. Alright. So, where are we going? We're going to Quel'Lithian Lodge, which is roughly here. Whoops. Don't want any aggro right now. We'll check for Headmush on the way. Though I have never ever seen him alive or spawned. I've never seen him alive. I've only seen him dead or not there. / target head. Unknown unit. Unknown unit. Unknown unit. Oh, he's dead. Headmush the rotting. Yeah, that's appropriate. He is definitely rotting. I never made that connection before. You do have to watch out for the Crusade Patrol. Those guys are no joke. If they start shoving you around, it's kind of over. And you don't want to head directly up this road. Oh, is that Borrelgor? What's his aggro range? That's a problem. Uh-huh. Okay, well. Wasn't expecting to run into him, but and there we are. I don't know what his aggro radius is, or if is he gonna just keep following me forever? Okay. These guys are worth pickpocketing, by the way, so if you're a rogue, I would recommend doing that. I would start on the ranger. The other guy will aggro. I should have used my... whatever. So these are the guys for the quest. Just kill all of them. You'll have to come back and wait for a Pathstrider respawn, so if you can, kill her first. Also, she has Fairy Fire, so be prepared to stop that. It is super annoying if she gets it off, because you cannot re-stealth, and that means you can't pickpocket the next group. Bah! Decided to try to do the estimated math of +5 damage on Kara 40 Dagger, and the math I get is about an increase of 2.5 raw DPS or a 3.17% increase in DPS. So +5 damage is better than +15 agility. You actually proved it? That's good. I've always suspected it, but people have told me I'm wrong, and I'm just like... It's not what I've seen in my parsing, so I don't think that's right. But I'm pretty sure it's true at every level. Like with King's Fall, I think it's still true. Because I've noticed a decrease in my DPS. A very small decrease, but still a decrease nonetheless. You also had the old math for King's Fall? And did that show the same? .2 to 4.8% damage increase. Interesting. 15 agility by comparison is +1 raw DPS, not counting the crit. Okay. Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if now that we have the regeneration of energy being increased by agility, I wouldn't be surprised if the math comes out that the +15 agility is actually better. But I feel like with the scaling of the raid, the backstab ultimately ends up being better. I'm killing the wrong mob. This was not correct. You should be going for the Pathstrider, not this ranger. Focus the Pathstriders first because you want them to respawn as fast as possible. Especially if you're competing in the area. Kick. Yeah. If you're competing in the area for mobs, you've got to focus the Pathstriders. Because they are the choke point. There's only 4. Or sorry, there's only 5. Shit. That was close, actually. You can skip these because you're gonna get a bunch of aggro on the inside here. There's 2 more Pathstriders on the inside on the left here. Sometimes there's a silver mob. I don't see him today, though. Someone's pickpocketed these? Someone's pickpocketed these. That's weird. You're gonna get Fairy Fired here. There's really nothing you can do about it. The other one gets you, because there's 2. You could potentially stun one and then kick the other. Also, these guys run, so you want to position them so they run that way. Usually they run. Maybe only when they're alone? That one ran. Okay, some run, some don't. I don't know. So you can see we've finished off Ranger. We need 1 more Woodsman and 1 more Pathstrider. We'll get the Woodsman here because we're Fairy Fired, so we can't stealth out. Yeah. Can't stealth out. We'll just kill him right here. And then go to the left side because I left the right one. And now we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to wait for the Pathstrider. The first Pathstrider that we killed will be the... will spawn. She spawns in the middle of the path going downwards. So right around here-ish. These will spawn first. So you just can wait here, and I think it's right here. I'm not 100% sure on this. I haven't exactly got the spawn location yet, but I think we'll be close enough. The simple math on that is 833 agility is the breaking point for 1 second energy ticks if rank 2 in that talent. I've never gotten 833 agility. I don't know what is my agility during a raid. I know it's... Actually, maybe I do get to 800 agility with kings and everything. I'll have to go back and maybe look at my video. Have I been in my riding gear the whole time? Whoops. Anyways, these two will spawn first, so we can just wait for them to see the timer for the Pathstrider. It's in the order you kill them. As always. Ah. Number 1. Number 2. And the Pathstrider, I think it's here? Not 100% sure. Oh. Nope. I was wrong. I might get all 3. Like an idiot. Oh well. Yep. It's fine. Everything's fine. We got the last one we need. Slightly less efficiently than I would have liked. I'm pretty sure that she's far enough away from them that you can get her without aggroing these two, though. So don't do what I did. Be a little bit further up, but not too far up. Let's see if I can eyeball it now that I saw it. It seemed to be right about here. So let's see. So a little bit past this tree. So you could line it up here with this tree, and then she's going to spawn right about there. I'm not sure if that's going to aggro these two. I don't think so. I think it's just far enough away that it won't. That is assuming full raid buffs. Alright, so we're going to check on my... Nope. I could take Time Worn Rune, but I don't think that's any faster. I could go to Hyjal. Alright, I'm thinking what's the fastest way to get to Orgrimmar from here? And I don't have a good answer. So I had to use the Hearthstone to get out of Naxx. Normally this is what I would be doing. I would be hearthing back to Orgrimmar. Or using a wormhole, depending on the situation. So bummer. So this will be less efficient than you could be doing it, but just bear in mind that you need some way to get back to Orgrimmar from here to do all the turn-ins. And as you can see, we have the 3 completed dailies ready to go. And once we get back to Orgrimmar, we'll be turning those in. Hinterlands boat, yeah, I think that's the way to go. So I'll just go back to Light's Hope and take the flight point back to the Hinterlands. That's assuming full raid buffs, including Grace of Air. Grace of Air gives the agility, I see. Full Bis with full consumes is around 840 agility in Naxx. Bis daggers and 846 in Kara 40 Bis. Interesting. I've been opting in older pieces to get more agility. I'm gonna quit my other WoW. I just realized I left it running. So take, for example, Band of Reanimation. And obviously Prester's is Bis regardless, but the Boots of Displacement over the normal Bone Scythe ones. I don't know if you guys factor that in, because sometimes Bis, what people say is Bis, or the old sheets from Classic that say this is Bis, they don't know or don't seem to account for items like that. I also got these Gloves of Enforcement. I don't know how that's factored in. And I also have I considered using Bands of the Surgebreaker for the haste, but wasn't sure how that parses compared to Bone Scythe, but I have the option.
I do have the option because I don't need to reduce my threat in the Noxious Assault build. Anyways, but I do need it for the dagger build, so I'm not sure if that's a good idea or not. Blah, blah, blah. Where am I going? Right. I passed the Flight Master, unfortunately.
What now?
Back to the hinterlands. You have an updated BIS sheet for Turtle? Oh. I would love to see that. If you could link that, I'd appreciate it. Daggers, Riftcarver, Kingsfall. Alright, we'll end the poll. No love at all for fists or axes. Really? I guess mathematically it makes sense. One thing about axes, maybe that rogues don't realize, because, you know, axes is a relatively new thing. Gloves of the Primordial Burrower, of course, is like the default that people use. But there is a better option for axes, which is... Do I have it on me? I don't think I have it on me. Why would I have the axe and not the glove? What did I do with it? God, you're right. I need bag shui so bad right now. It's in my bank. All right, whatever. By the way, I also got Circlet of Restless Dreams now, which is definitely what I'll be wearing when I get Rift Carvers, because I won't be getting Tricksters for a while. Circlet has 24 agility, but it has +7 to daggers. So that will 315. That will get me to 315. Since I won't have Death Sting anymore. What am I at right now? No, sorry. 308. No, 313. So if I lose 3 and gain 7. Would that put me over? Because it would be 310. So yeah, it would put me over. Anyways. That was the boat leaving, so that's unfortunate. We'll be waiting here. Posted the sheet link on the Discord. Let us see. Ah. Turtle Wow, gearless, and stats. Are you updating this? Oh, it links to other sheets? That's crazy. I've never seen that before. Oh wow. Wow. This is quite elaborate. If anyone wants to see this, it's he's linked it in my Discord in the Ask Dave Anything section at it'll be the top post there. Go ahead and give it the horns if you like it. So maybe I'll show you guys. Most setups on the BIS list runs 310 weapon skill at most, excluding fists that get to 315. Interesting. You're contesting some claims some of the time. Also, there's no assassination Noxious build for Rogue BIS yet. That's the other thing, is I'm pretty sure that Noxious has a opportunity to be BIS, but it... Oh, right, we were going to read what Noxious Assault says. Now that I have it... It says, strikes with both weapons, dealing... Oh, okay, 105 damage plus 35% of attack power. You're right, it doesn't seem to care what your weapons are. We could test this quite easily, though, by having shitty weapons and attacking a target dummy once, doing one Noxious Assault, and then doing the same on another with good weapons.
I'm so parched, but I don't want to miss the boat. And here it is. Also, if I go downstairs, I'll get child aggro. And she's relatively calm and not trying to break into my room at the moment, so I don't want to necessarily disturb that peace. She has found entertainment. I do not want to take it away. Okay. Well, a Noxious Assault build, this. I don't know what that would look like right now. I need to do some testing on... Like, if weapons really have no impact, then I have a lot of interesting ideas for it. But that would be sad if they didn't. I could swear that when I initially read it, it was like 115% or 120% of weapon damage. But maybe I imagine that? They didn't change it, did they? Scythe. So I was not able to trinket swap today, and I wonder if there's a change that affected that. And I tried really hard on one of the fights where I was literally just slamming the trinket to try and swap it in. And I even saw a cooldown go off on the trinket, which doesn't make any sense at all. And nothing happened. So I'm quite curious what was going on today, and if there was some change that affected the ability to trinket swap. If so, I have to completely rethink what trinkets I'm taking into each battle at the start. Because if it's a short enough fight, then Badge of the Swarmguard is still Biss. But if the fight goes any longer than 3 minutes, I would consider other options. So far with your Naxx log for the week, you're 28th for Plague Wing. I'm at 11th for comparison, with 53 logs listed so far. Oh, how do you see that? Like, I couldn't find myself on the lists last time I looked. I'm assuming you're looking at Turt logs? Or what's it called? I'm gonna have to go through the snacks and compare it to the last two, actually three. One good thing about being consistently at these raids is that I get a lot of parse logs that I can look through. So if I can, what you call it? If I do make any changes, I can literally look at a realistic raid assessment of and compare them. Sometimes I just have a bad day and I'm like not in the fight as much as I should be, but I can always compare each boss fight individually and see what the differences are. 2 minutes left on Trick or Treat. Give faint drop combat change retort it. I don't know if Thorda watches my streams anymore. Though I was told that whenever I stream, I'm more than welcome to host my stream to the Discord, but I don't know. If people find me, they find me. It's okay. Another tiny thing to test. The turtle mount is actually the best mount because it has a minor swim speed. You know, it does. It definitely does. I've tested it 100% whenever I'm going swimming. Also, by the way, this is Biss. 15% swim speed plus thorium spurs equals on the turtle mount. Quite a significant... Okay, I've got child aggro. I'm going to turn these in and then I'm going to go. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm almost done. All right. The turn-ins. You can turn them in any order, it really doesn't matter. So that's 1. And then the 2 up at the top. Riding unequipped, riding equipped. So when did the Naxx raid end? Was it 50 minutes ago? So you can do this in 50 minutes, roughly? Actually, I know what to do. Oh. Yeah, literally 1 hour, and it's only because I didn't have the Hearthstone. You could do it faster. So you can do this in less than an hour and get 6 quests done every day. And they count. 2262. There you go. Alright guys, I gotta go. My child demands my attention, and I don't think I can ignore it anymore. She's gonna break my door down. Swim speed items do work on the turtle mount. So I've seen it literally. It literally does work. So yes, 100% turtle. The turtle is the bis, and this is bis for move speed because of the turtle having swim speed on it. This has swim speed and mount speed, and both count on the turtle. So you go very fast in the water. I'll show you guys next time I'm near water and I'm streaming. All right, guys, thank you for coming. I'll see you guys next time. Designer Dave out.